Two Sankhya philosophy. One is theistic Sankhya philosophy given by Lord Kapila, and one is atheistic Sankhya philosophy. And the theistic Sankhya philosophy help us to understand the difference between matter and spirit. And whereas the atheistic Sankhya philosophy is nothing but make us understand in order to realize that what we are doing in the modern day material science research. Okay, go to next slide. So we have various categories of queries, like and it depends on person to person and from place to place, time to time. But out of many queries, some are very fundamental. So the queries may be categorized in this way that, suppose for many, what is the latest cricket score? It is very important. What is the pattern of question paper? What is food? Which is best restaurant? How to explain formation of fog? How was life created and how was universe created? Who created? What is the goal of life? In this way, there are so many questions, and out of those, so Science magazine listed 125 unanswered questions in science in July 2005. So I will not go through all the 125 questions, but a few questions which like how was universe created? How was galaxies formed? Go to next. How and where did life on Earth arise? How is asymmetry determined in the embryo? Next. So what determines the species diversity? How many species are there on Earth? Next. How do migrating organisms find their way? Next. Why do we sleep? Why do we dream? Like what is consciousness? On the consciousness, so many discussions have been there already. So I'm not going. What is the nature of gravity? This is also very fundamental thing. Why the time dimension is different from all other dimensions? Okay. And can the laws of physics be unified? Is morality hardwired into the brain? And do deeper principles underlie quantum uncertainty and non-locality? So in this way, so many fundamental questions are there which ponder the scientists, not only scientists, philosophers, and the deep thinker of their own field of activity. Go to next slide. So not only science, in Vedic tradition also we can see that Vedic tradition also inspired us to think in a very fundamental way in the similar kind of questions. And in that way, you can see that in modern science, we try to describe the reality through mathematical equations, quantum mechanics, etc. And in Sankhya philosophy of Vedic spiritual tradition, we have, of course, broader concept of basic elements to understanding the whole cosmic manifestation. So this same Sankhya philosophy, it is understood by the European scholar as like metaphysics, which is beyond physics. Okay, and the etymological meaning of Sankhya is that which explains very lucidly or logically by analysis of the material elements. Sometimes people tell that Sankhya is Sankhya also a number, but here it is, if you keep on dividing, some fundamental elements will be there, and that or those are responsible for the whole cosmic manifestation. We have to understand what is the role of the Supreme for our world experience through the material creation or cosmic creation, and out of that we should come out of the undesirable entanglement and search for the real of happiness. Okay. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a very nice description of this Sankhya philosophy, and in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Shri Uddhava summarized the basic elements that constitute the material nature. Okay. Actually, my presentation will be mainly on this slide. Okay, because yesterday Professor Ghosh was telling that the rest, the mathematical part he covered, but some part he was not telling that it should be told by me, and I have of course taken help from him, to understand certain things. So in Sankhya philosophy, basically it is based on 28 elements, though in some cases it has been defined as 25 elements, 24 elements, but there is not so much difference in those, but originally it was told that it is consisting of 28 basic elements. So those basic elements are, the gross level it is ether, air, fire, water, earth, and also the organ ear, eye, skin, tongue, nose, okay, and the 5 organs of action. So these left side, these 5 are these organs for this acquiring knowledge, and the 5 organs of action are this like our this hand, leg, mouth, anus, and okay, genital. So these are working senses, and now above that, in the subtle realm, that auditory sense, visual sense, tactile sense, sense of taste, sense of smell, these are there, and these are responsible for first one is auditory sense, this is for sound, and second one is for vision, third one is for touch, fourth one is for taste, and fifth one is for smell. Okay. And after that, this mind, intellect, and false ego, these 3 are there, and one is contaminated consciousness, and after that this super soul, and beyond these three material modes of nature, that mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance are there. So these all constitute 28 elements. So one is creation, and but in this block I am trying to show that how the information is flowed into the individual consciousness from this matter, and also simultaneously from the super soul. So this whole block, this subtle and this gross, actually this act as material elements, and through these material elements the super soul is acting to this individual soul, or individual soul is interacting with the super soul. So this is the fundamental basis of this creation. And if we go through the process of creation, it is also very complex. So it is not I have not understood all this, because in the auditory sense that sound is there, okay. So in the Sankhya it is also told that sound is, out of the 5 subtle elements, sound is one, okay, and from sound ether has come. So this is very difficult to understand how that from sound ether has come, and that is perceivable through our ear. Like that, when the sound is in contact with this vision, then air is created, and that is perceivable through eye, and when this sound and this vision is in contact with this touch, then this fire element is created, and when this sound plus vision plus touch, it is connected with the taste, this water is created, and when with this water the last, that sense of smell is we are mixing, then this earth is created. So generally our basic conception is that from this gross matter, actually this subtle matter is created, but Vedic, this Sankhya philosophy is telling that just reverse. First the subtle elements are there, and from that the gross elements have been created. So in a simple example also we can understand this. Suppose I want to create this pen. So first in the mind it should come that, okay, I have to create a pen. After that I have to do some calculations, so that this judgment or the analytical reasoning will be there, so that will be done with the intellect, and after that only it will, this in a gross level this pen will be manifested, and for this also there are so many ingredients will be required. So those may be from this gross level. So from subtle a concept should be there in the subtle level first, then only in the gross level it can be manifested. Suppose a living body is there and a dead body is there, okay. So in a dead body also we can see that ear, eye, skin, tongue, and nose, all 3 are present, but it cannot hear, it cannot see, it cannot have a touch feeling, it cannot taste, or it cannot smell. So one should get an understanding from this point of view that that beyond our this gross body we have a subtle body also, And these are the subtle senses for this subtle body: this auditory sense, visual sense, tactile sense, sense of taste, and sense of smell for the feeling of this sound, vision, touch, taste, and smell. And also, like our four organs of action, these working senses also in the subtle body, also subtle senses are there, and those are responsible, because a dead body cannot listen, but a living body can listen. So, what part is responsible for that? Because those in the gross level, we are seeing that all the parts are present in the gross body itself.